Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Hey, thanks so much for joining today's Inspire podcast. It's so exciting to be with you guys with another exciting announcement and for you guys to meet another amazing partner. Before we start on that, I'd like to make a few announcements. Friday is National Employee Appreciation Day, so we're excited to recognize each of our friends and our partners and our employees who are all our owners. I think we recognize our employees every day since we made everybody an owner of this great company. Now that we have over 5,500 people, I mean, just think about that, 5,500 people representing integrity around the country. I want to make sure that all of you guys know how much we appreciate you and how grateful we are for all the hard work that each one of you guys put into making integrity what an amazing, amazing place it is today. So again, thank you so much, Integrity family. I hope that you guys have an amazing Employee Appreciation Day. I think this should be every day as we've continued to do this with our employee ownership and everything else we've done. Secondly, man, I just want to our hearts and prayers just go out to the people of Ukraine. It's hard to watch. I don't know about you guys. I've been just zoned in on watching what's happening and what it's unfolding there. And one of the most encouraging things, I think, is seeing, first of all, the president of Ukraine and how he stood up and really shown up and said, we're going to be here. And it would have been a lot easier for him to disappear and do things that other less strong leaders might have done. But his courage is certainly inspiring. Since this is the Inspire podcast, I want to just say, continue to pray for the people of Ukraine, certainly the leadership of Ukraine. And I also want to pray for the people in Russia. I mean, the average person in Russia is going to be affected by this more than they could ever imagine. And I don't think the great people of Russia, and there's so many great people there, I don't think that they really want this either. And certainly today, if you look at like the ruble price dropped 30%. So imagine however much money you have, think about it being worth 30% less today, just because of some decisions that our government made. And then just the impact that has kind of going forward. I mean, the lending rate, their interest rate. So you think about going out and borrowing money to buy a house today, and these are, we're talking 3-4% in the U.S. Today it went up to 20%. Think about that, 20% in Russia just today because of this. And so please keep all your thoughts and prayers with people of Ukraine and certainly of Russia. I think there's great people in both, and hopefully cooler heads will prevail and stop this craziness. But I wanted to make sure we took a moment to just recognize that and just had a moment here for that for sure. But we also have another exciting announcement today. We're adding another amazing partner. This one is an incredible addition to the Integrity family. And I'm excited to announce that Resource Brokerage has joined the Integrity family. As part of this partnership, Blair Farwell, president of Resource Brokerage, has become a managing partner here at Integrity. Resource Brokerage is headquartered in Schaumburg, Illinois, right outside of Chicago, and focuses on healthcare, group benefits, and senior market products within Illinois, as well as offering life insurance products nationwide. And today, this incredible team of dedicated employees who support their network of licensed independent agents within Illinois and beyond will become part of the Integrity family. And Resource Brokerage is excited to join the Integrity family and have access to a lot more resource products and support that we have. And we could not be more excited to welcome Blair Farwell and the entire team at Resource Brokerage to the Integrity family. Blair, congratulations. We're excited to have you guys part of Integrity, and we're excited to share your story today here on Inspire.
Thanks, Brian. I'm very happy to be here. Our team is looking forward to joining Integrity and seeing everything that we can do together.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, I know you guys have done some incredible things, and you've been, always dedicated on creating a positive and supportive culture at your agency, which I believe helps you bring in amazing quality people and then keep them there. Tell us about the culture you have at Resource Brokerage.
Sure, it's absolutely true. Something that makes Resource Brokerage unique is that we've been recognized as one of the best places to work in Illinois for over 11 years. Our company culture is a huge part of our success. Early on in my career, I realized that people spend more of their waking hours in the office and doing their job than they do with their own families. And that really hit home with me and made a big impact on me. And what I realized was I have a responsibility to make that working environment as positive, encouraging, and stimulating as possible. And if I'm able to do that, I will end up with very happy employees. And of course, happy people are generally healthier. And of course, happy, healthy employees provide better service to our customers. I love our team. We are a very, very strong family atmosphere. They're great people, but they're also very highly motivated. And they're really an ambitious group of people that take a lot of pride in their work. They really take ownership of the problems, meaning our clients' problems are theirs to solve. And there's a passion here that you just don't see other places. And with our team members being here, many of them have, believe it or not, have been with me 20 years. They've developed deep bonds with the carrier representatives and with the producers and their staff. It just makes a very huge difference. But our team members really work hard to make it a personal experience for our clients. Since they have the experience and relationships, they can help clients through all kinds of challenges. We don't have the revolving door that some agencies have. We bring a very strong, stable level of experience. And because of that, we are successful. And our employees and agents and clients really have a great relationship together.
Man, look, I think remembering and realizing that this is a people business first, and you got to build relationships. I mean, people say this all the time. It's difficult to build relationships in any scenario, but in a work scenario, especially a lot of times over the phone, man, it is really, really tough. Now, you guys, where you guys specialize in is really specialize in serving people in group markets and then also certainly in the Medicare market. Tell just a quick overview of Resource Brokerage, kind of how you guys go to market, who your customers are, so that everybody on the call has a better understanding of what you guys are doing.
Well, like you said, we are employee benefits, which relates in primarily healthcare. And of course, we have the senior markets where we basically work with a client through their working years, all the way into retirement, and even through their long-term care needs, et cetera, et cetera. We have a one-stop shop of products that we can serve our brokers from start to finish through all needs of the life cycle of the employee, from frankly birth to unfortunately final expense. We have a full product portfolio that we're able to help that person all the way through their needs.
I love that. I think one of the things whenever we started getting to know each other, Blair, is just your passion, not only for building a great culture, but your passion for serving this business, but really serving people in general and just caring for other people, I think carries over into life in a lot of different ways. And you guys have built quite a culture around community service as well. And in your video, I love your video that highlights some of the ways that you guys serve your community on a regular basis. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, many, many years ago, I believe it was probably around 2012, my oldest daughter was with Girl Scouts and the troop was doing a service project with a nonprofit called Feed My Starving Children. And we went out there with a group of Girl Scouts who were probably 6 years old at the time. And we packed food for starving people all over the world. And it was an impactful experience in terms of they have some videos, they show you where the food goes and you see the impact that it has. And at Resource Brokerage, we had a charity day here. And one of the complaints we got from our team was, gee, I really don't know where to go. I'd like to serve, but I really don't know how to plug in. And what we figured out was that we could book time at Feed My Starving Children for a 2-hour session in the middle of the day, take a group over. It was only 4 miles from our office as one of their big warehouses. And we would take the last shift of the day and basically our teams could go over 4 times a year and serve and make a difference. And what was interesting was the teams said to us, hey, of course, we only let 50% of the company go at one time because we have to keep the doors open and we don't want to affect our clients. So our team came to me and said, I'd really like to serve with the person that sits in the cube next to me that we job share. And so we started doing a social evening where we leave a half hour early from work and we go over and everybody in the company can go and participate at that time. Like buy them dinner and then we go over for a later early evening shift and pack for 2 hours as well. Like I said, we've been tracking our progress since 2013 when we started this as a company. And our goal that time at that day was to fill an entire semi-truck that would go. Every single bit of food in that truck was packed by my team here at Resource Brokerage. And to date, we've done 24 and a half pallets of food on our quest to 36 pallets. And the numbers, literally, we actually at our annual meeting have the numbers. We've fed literally several thousand employees through the course of the year. We chart that with it. I don't have it in front of me at the moment, but 24 and a half pallets of food is what we have packaged. And believe it or not, I have purchased all the food that we pack at each session. I in turn pay for with that.
Man, what an amazing thing to do. And I think, especially right now, as we're seeing what's going on in Ukraine and Russia and just the impacts that are happening over there right now, as I was talking about previously, there's so many starving kids all around the world, kids that, especially even now, who are being displaced and things of that nature. This is such a worthy cause, and I applaud you and your team for taking time. We did kind of an executive leadership group meeting a couple of years ago where we brought in a bunch of different leaders across the platform, and we did a bunch of different things. But one of the things we did was go to a homeless shelter and hand out coats, socks, and then served them food and cleaned up as well. And it was interesting. We did a lot of cool things, but the thing that was most impactful for the leadership team there was, and frankly most gratifying, was being able to serve someone who couldn't give you anything back in return, right? There's no ulterior motives. It's just, let me help you with your plate. Let me help you get a coat. And it's one of those things when you're serving people in that purest sense, in that purest form, man, there's just something super powerful about that. And, here at Integrity, service is one of our core values. And I just think it's so important for us to look for ways to serve in our communities. In fact, we give every employee paid time off to serve. We give every employee 2 days a year to go and serve. We literally pay them to go give back. And it doesn't have to be Feed My Starving Children. It can be United Way. It can be something local in your Ronald McDonald House or Make-A-Wish or something that really makes an impact. And so I encourage all of us to look for ways that we can serve people even more, just like what you're talking about. And I just love that heart of service. I think, again, it's one of those things that brought us together is just kind of that the shared bond of that. Now, you guys have an incredible business, and we've been working on this for quite a while. In fact, we were talking back when COVID hit, and we were trying to get up to meet with you. And, a lot of people have heard the story. I wrote myself this letter that said I was essential, and then we went to work, man. We flew all over the country. There were 3 areas that I was scared of flying in and out of whenever there was, these lockdown periods, because I was scared we'd get stuck there. One of them was New York, where they said if you land here, you're going to get effectively quarantined for 14 days. So I didn't want to do that. Chicago and Illinois in particular, and then California. So we fly in to make that happen in some of those periods, but we've been really getting to know each other over the last couple of years to really make sure that this would work for everybody. Tell us why you're so excited about joining Integrity now and what drew you to us.
It was really becoming very apparent just in terms of what's going on in the world and the industry in general. There's a lot of consolidation going on, and being out here, you can join professional associations and things like that. But even then, some people are holding cards close to the vest or trying to go out and do deals for themselves when the group is trying to do a deal for the group. And the complexity of the business is going up in terms of the non-business related stuff, particularly in Illinois. We just had a huge ream of new employment law stuff that came out in January. And I was going to have to redo all of my employment agreements and my employee manual and everything else. And we're seeing how, like you said, Brian, with what's going on in the world with cyber attacks and everything is being ratcheted up. And then I've got this network with a lot of PHI on it. And, while I'm doing best practices and everything of my knowledge that I'm capable to do and hiring the best talent, my time was getting consumed on a lot of things that wasn't related to my passion for helping people. Rather, it was getting bogged down in getting distracted with unnecessary things that I had to do to run my business, but quite frankly, things that I didn't really like to do. And it really required me to take a lot of faith that all of the people that I was hiring was doing it right. And if they did it wrong, it was ultimately going to be my responsibility. And it just got to be to the point that I said, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way that I can get some economies of scale. I can get some insight, access to top talent, support, and I can focus on serving my customers, growing my business, and frankly, not have all that liability of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with what I do on a daily basis, other than it's a necessary evil in business. And I was really impressed with the Integrity platform in terms of an on-staff legal team that I'm not getting billed by the hour to access and IT stuff. And, it's those kind of things that I'm like, someone's got my back and I can just focus on serving my customers.
I love that. And I think that that's part of the whole passion that we have here is how do we look for ways in which we can serve other people, look for ways that we can take burden off of the business so you can grow faster, and you can do the things you enjoy. I know whenever Tom and Mike and I owned our own business, it was one of those things that, we didn't enjoy picking out our health benefits every year because we weren't very good at that, or we weren't very good at talking about technology spending. And Steve Lundstrom and others could tell you that we were really bad about that because we usually did not want to spend a lot of money, and especially in things that a lot of times you really had to have. And so by being part of a larger group, you do get that economy of scale, and you can do the things that you enjoy, the things that you really care about in the business, which is serving people. And it also gives you time back in your life in a lot of ways as well. Now, I understand you have a interesting dream of your own that, as I understand, you and I've never talked about this, but as I heard, you have a dream one day of owning your own Christmas tree farm. Is that right?
Yes, actually, I wanted to be a cut your own Christmas tree farm because I see that with kids getting on these screens and families not spending time together outside and just enjoying the great outdoors. But my family does go out every year. And even, I've been doing this with my first family, like with my parents, since I was in high school. We did it every year. And you would die laughing if you saw our family album where I'm dragging a 8-foot tree or 10-foot tree with an 8-month-old in my arms bundled up in a snowsuit. But we had to go get a Christmas tree, and she was born in June, and I guess she was 5 months at the time. But we've done it every single year since year one of our marriage, and we've had some unbelievable experiences. But of course, over the years, we got a house with vaulted ceilings. And yes, I am officially Clark Griswold. And it was funny because tennis arts people didn't believe me when I told them, and I sent them a picture of the tree on top of the minivan on the way home. And they said, "That's taller than the van." And I said, So
awesome. So we don't have real trees. In fact, I don't know if I've ever really had a real tree. I'm trying to think back even my childhood. I think maybe one time when I was a kid, we had a tree. Yeah, we had this little poodle named Honey. And I remember my mom and dad getting so mad because, they had to put water in the tree holders. And Honey kept on trying to get in there and drink the water, and it knocked over the tree or something. I was like 7 or something. And I remember this. That was probably the last time I've ever had a real tree. After that, my parents took it out of the equation. How long does a real tree last, and how do you have to care for it?
Actually, ours goes up the day after Thanksgiving. The family goes out the day after Thanksgiving, and we take it down New Year's Day. and
So do you have to
no
put
problems.
water? Do you still have to put water?
Oh, yeah.
You got to do the water stuff?
It takes water up until about December 10th or 15th, and then it seals off on its own. But it hangs in there, and you don't start losing a lot of needles. I could usually get it out of the house without making too big a mess. But I wouldn't want to leave it much past New Year's at that point, going up in November.
That is awesome, man. Well, one day, if you ever buy you a Christmas tree farm, you got to send us some pictures of that. That would be super cool. Well, Blair, we are super excited to be your partner. There's a lot of our partners who are excited to congratulate you. In fact, Meredith Stenhoff just said, "This is just great news." I'm trying to say it like Meredith because she's got the best personality and just most positive spirit ever. She said, "Wow, Brian, this is just great news. I have known Blair for a long time, and he's been a great partner in the Chicago market. They do a fantastic job supporting their agents and will do an excellent job as part of an addition to our team. I'm so excited for this partnership." There's like 5 different exclamation points in there. Meredith, you were the best. I did not do it justice for that, but we do have some partners who want to hop on and say congratulations. So Larry Drennan, I know you're on and want to have Larry be able to jump on and be the first to congratulate you.
Hey, Blair, it's so good to hear that you're joining us. Man, it's been a long time since you and I've been together, and I've always had great admiration of what you guys do at your shop. Listening to your comments this morning, they match up so well with integrity, and we're happy to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yep.
Hey, Larry, you go ahead, Larry.
Yep. Okay, I was just going to say the Drennan family and all of our associates have been in a little over 2 years now, and we're happier with our integrity relationship than ever. So come on in. We're happy to have you, Blair.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Larry, do you and Mickey have a real tree, or do y'all have an artificial tree?
We've done both, and the real tree, like Blair said, is so much fun, but we've kind of gotten away from that to the artificial tree. But I'm telling you what, listening to Blair this morning, I think I'm going to talk Mickey into this next Christmas getting back out and cutting one.
Somebody just texted me a picture of Blair's 20-foot tall tree or something. This is like massive. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if I can. It's got to be 15 feet tall on this picture.
This year's was 18.6.
18, man, that's, oh my gosh, 18.6. That's amazing. You could even pick it up. That is so
it does take 4 grown people to do it, to get it into the house and get it out.
One of my favorite shows in Christmas time is Christmas Vacation. I can just see the fun of getting that in there. Well, hey, we also have Sam Corey III who wants to jump on. Sam, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. So, Blair, I just want to welcome you to the Integrity family, you and Nicole and the girls. Couldn't be happier, couldn't be prouder for you. The only thing that really concerns me is, the brokerage resource and resource brokerage. We're going to get stuff confused. Just going to have to happen. But I just couldn't be happier for you guys. This is a great day. And just on a personal note, Blair is probably one of the smartest guys I know in this business. Just every interaction, all the time, just always come away just super impressed after talking to him.
Hey, so for those of you guys who don't know, Sam's company is called Brokerage Resource, and then this is Resource Brokerage. So that's the funny part there. Well, hey, Sam, appreciate you jumping on as always. What do you guys have? Real tree or fake tree?
Well, so I married a Jewish girl from New York, so I moved to North Carolina, and she's like, the tree deal is your deal. This is not my holiday, it's your holiday. So we did real trees for a long time until one Christmas we had a tree that was infested with aphids, and they covered the inside of our house. So that Christmas Eve, like my wife's like, no, I'm done with this. And so I had to drag the Christmas tree out and put it out on the front porch, which you could see through the windows in the living room because there was these bugs all over our house. And when you touched them to clean them up, they would just smush. And it was just the biggest pain. So that was the end of our real tree adventure. So now we have an artificial tree.
Is the menorah next to the tree? How do you guys balance that?
It's on the mantle next to the tree, and then we do a FaceTime call with her family up north, and it's called Christmaka. We blended it so our kids get doubly spoiled. They look forward to presents forever.
Both, yeah. I love
Yep.
that. It's a great tradition. We'll give her my best, and thanks for sharing that. Well, we also have Mr. Dan Oberlin. Dan, are you there with us?
Yep, Blair. Hey, all of a sudden, we look down, and I've known you for years. How did that happen? A big part, of course, of the Heaney membership that we've been part of for a long time, and because of that, got to know you well and got to know how you've run your operation all these years. And what I've known from that, it's always been with high integrity. So obviously you fit right in. So then the story about, we've always talked about over the years, the difference in our agencies has been the longevity of the employees. And I believe that just says it all. So congratulations, and very, very happy to have you as a new partner. And yes, the real trees forever. I'm from Indiana, so we know what real trees are forever. The last couple have been the fakers, and we haven't been happy, so we're going to be flipping back.
The fakers. Well, you mow your grass like 3 times a week, right? You have the most.
On a slow week, yeah.
If anybody gets a chance to ever go see Dan Oberlin's grass in Fort Wayne, Indiana, it is I just don't know how to explain it. It's the prettiest. It's like prettier than any golf course.
Yeah, just golf fairway.
Yeah, it's exactly. So I knew you would be a real tree guy for sure. But
yep.
That was awesome. Well, Blair, I know this is a lot of fun hearing from all these guys, and this is just the beginning for sure. We're all super excited to have you as a partner and can't wait for this announcement.
Yeah, it's funny because when I was doing the review, I often heard way back the integrity effect, and I'm actually experiencing. We've done due diligence for literally months and months. It was a decision, but working very closely with your team and seeing all of the already just in a matter of weeks that we've been working together very closely. It's the support is pronounced and present and obvious. And that is something that I'm really looking forward to, seeing how that impacts me and us positively in our future.
Oh, man, we're just getting started, and we're super excited to have you guys as partners. We're going to be announcing this publicly tomorrow. Please make sure you like and share. And make sure you watch this incredible video. It's a great video. It talks about serving others and really kind of goes into more about the Feed My Starving Children story that Blair shared as well. So, Blair, thank you so much for joining. God bless you, buddy. Appreciate you, man, more than you know. I'm excited to be your partner.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me as well.
All right. Well, everybody, again, hope everybody has a great week. We will be getting back together later this week, I'm sure. But, one more thing. It's Clay Leggett's birthday today. I saw on Facebook today. So happy birthday, Clay. You're the best, man. Hope everybody has an incredible, incredible week. Again, pray for Ukraine and Russia and all of us as well. God bless you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.